I would have to say I really wanted a margarita. Of course, I knew that wasn't happening, but I've heard other ladies say the same thing, so yep, margarita.
Craving was margaritas. I wanted margaritas all the time, especially under my pregnancy. I was pregnant through the summer, so I found my fix and drank lots of lemonade.
I actually have an interesting situation with that because when I was expecting a boy, I craved salt, such as bologna sandwiches, hot dogs, potato chips. And when I was expecting my little girl, I craved sweets, like frosting on cupcakes and things like that. So salt and sweet, what can I say?
I had a big craving when I had Joe, of potato salad, any kind of potato salad.
I didn't have any because I was so sick before I started gaining weight. I was nauseous about everything, but I will tell you that when I went out to eat, I was fine. I could eat anything when I was out.
Cravings when I was pregnant with Noah was coleslaw, and I could not get enough of it.
When I was pregnant with my first child, I was on my way to get my pregnancy test, and I was craving vegetables so bad I had to stop at a grocery store and get a party platter of vegetables and an entire family-size bottle of ranch dressing. That's how I knew I was pregnant, because I couldn't live without my vegetables every day, all day long.
I craved milk, and I'm not a milk drinker, so that was weird for me, and it ended as soon as the baby was born.
Well, I didn't eat for the first 4 months, but when I did finally get my appetite back, the first thing I wanted was Twinkies. So I had one Twinkie, and then that was it for cravings. That was it.
Craving during pregnancy. I never really had weird cravings, but I had weird, like smell. I could sense things. I could not stand the smell of vanilla, and if I smelt it, I knew exactly where it was inside the house, and I made my husband Keith get rid of it. To this day, I still can't smell vanilla. It grosses me out. So I guess some things you get back, some things you don't.
I'd have to say one of the weirdest things I've said to the boys just most recently is stop farting on your brother's head, which is, I've heard, part of the joy of raising boys, so you get to look forward to that.
To illustrate, this is a book called Toot, and we were reading it one day together, and so, you know, it's about tooting, and he says, "I toot in my suit." And Sterling said, "I toot in my soup."
Milo wishes she had 3 legs because she would be an alien. That's what she wants.
Well, it was the day when he was about 3, and I went into the bathroom and wondered what the black goo was on the toothbrush. And it turned out he had been using his toothbrush to clean the bathroom drain, and then rinsing it off and using it to brush his teeth. So I had to tell him, "Eli, do not use your toothbrush to clean the bathroom drain."
Well, my daughter Leslie was about 2 years old, and her aunt called to ask her how she was feeling because she knew she had been sick. And with the most pathetic voice, she said, "I've just been so sick. I've been coughing and sneezing and burping." And that was Leslie.
I just remember the kids wanted to play outside so early in the morning, and I used to say, you can't go out and scream in the yard. You just cannot go out and make a big ruckus early in the morning. So beg, 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 all right, you can go out. So my daughter Megan was going down the slide. She was about 3 years old, and she was going down the slide, and there was a spider coming up the slide. And what she did was, you know, she stopped herself with her legs against the slide and started to scream bloody murder. And I said, I went flying out of the house and I said, "You can't scream in the yard at this time of the day." And she was just frantic about this little tiny spider. So I just, in hindsight, it just was kind of funny, but it was a big hullabaloo at the time.
Well, Joe had a habit of cleaning out my Tupperware drawer, and it was a cabinet, and he'd have all of the Tupperware out of it, and then he'd crawl in there and he said, "Hi, Mom." It was so cute. We got a couple pictures of him in the cabinet.
Funniest thing I've ever said. I'm sure I've said a lot of things that when people are walking by, they're like, "That lady is nuts." But the most recent thing I think that I remember is my 10-year-old Trevor brought a fundraiser home from school for a baseball fundraiser for tickets. And I was reading it and he says, "Mom, don't buy those tickets. My friend Grant said your nose will bleed." So I thought that was hilarious because his friend Grant obviously said that those are nosebleed seats, but Trevor is a very literal kid and he thought that if I bought the tickets, that if he sat there, he will get a bloody nose. So I thought that was funny.
Some advice is that, as the baby grows, there are some phases every phase has its challenges, and sometimes those phases seem like they're going to go on forever, but they don't. Just remember that nothing is forever, no matter what challenge you're facing at any one time. It just, it will feel like forever, but it's not, I can assure you.
Take advantage of the time before they are mobile, whether it is going out, whether it's doing things in the home, but as soon as they are crawling, it is quickly uphill for them, milestone-wise, but downhill for parents, because then you can never take your eyes off of them. So do it before they can move.
I had a newborn. These kids are fairly rugged. You're not going to break him. He will be just fine. Just do your best, love him, and he'll be okay.
Well, you're going to hear a lot of advice from a lot of people, and you can just kind of put it in the back of your mind and then just do what you think is right. Babies are so flexible. You can handle anything with them if you just use your good judgment.
I'm sure you're going to get everything from everyone, everywhere that they think is the best. You'll get the hang of it. You'll get the hang of it quick, I'm sure, and you will get sleep eventually. There's my advice. So congratulations, and I hope everything goes well on the new baby. Bye.
I talked to my mom a lot. I lived in Raleigh when I had my first child, and I called her several times a week, sometimes crying, sometimes just to tell her something that Leslie did. But with my first child, it was talk to your mom. She knows, she's done it, and she loves you.
If all goes well, hopefully we will live long lives. And in that long life will be lots of short little terms. And I would just like to say that I hope that young moms and you can enjoy your terms with your children, because the time goes fast. So I personally have my 2 adult kids, and I don't know where the time went, but at the time it felt like it took a long time to get there at times. So I would say just try to enjoy the good and the bad, and what's funny is that in the long run, the bad stuff will become funny at cocktail parties. So something to look forward to at storytelling. And then finally, you put God first in your life, and you build your life on that rock, and it's all going to work out.
Love that baby and hold it, and read to it a lot, because when you read to it, the babies calm down. And even singing a song and patting him on his little butt when you're trying to get him to sleep, it calms him down and they go to sleep right away. But love them a lot. Give them lots of hugs and hold them close to you so much.
And if I would have to give any advice to you, I guess one of the things I would say is enjoy every minute and every moment, whether it be good or bad. You can look back at the bad days someday and laugh and learn from them, and cherish every good day, every good moment, because they're not little forever, and enjoy them while they're little, and enjoy the good days while they're growing up, and use those bad days to get a good laugh. And I just want to say that I love you, and I can't wait to meet your son, and I'm so excited for you and Joe.
Best piece of advice to you is to believe in yourself. You are smarter than you know, and you are stronger than you know. You can do things that you never thought that you would be able to. You will get through situations you never thought you would be able to. Believe in yourself, believe in your abilities. Just don't be so hard on yourself. Everything will work out. You are a great mom, and your kids will love you no matter what. I know it's hard. Trust me. Every day I wonder if my kids are going to hate me in the end, and if I'm ever going to be able to get through. And somehow we do, and I have faith that my kids will love me forever. Girls, look at the video. Say congratulations.
Congratulations.